On the last episode of the Shacker for One and a Million.
There's a rebuttable presumption of this, a legal rebuttable presumption of this. The second instance when paternity fraud happens is when a couple is not married or a woman is not married and she convinces somebody to sign the acknowledgement of paternity, however she does it. The fact is, it happens all too often, and then when it comes out later that this child is not, that the father is not actually the biological father, there are a lot of instances when the courts will simply not want to hear it and will not hear it. They'll use something called equitable estoppel, because if it is determined that the child recognizes the man, husband, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, whatever, to be the child's father, the court will not, and this is the legal term, bastardize the child. There is a public policy, at least in New York, against bastardizing children.
I see.
And I see this from kind of the two angles. The first angle is obviously the father's angle. There's a fraud. It was committed. The wife was unfaithful. The girlfriend just lied to him. She was sleeping around and he was the least onerous possible man in her life that could be the father of the child. I've actually heard testimony. I've heard women actually go on the record and admit that they didn't know and they just assumed and they had no idea and they were sleeping around, but they wanted this person to be the father. That's terrible. It's fraud. It's straight up fraud. The second instance, the second part of the equation is the child's. This child knows somebody to be its father. And to have that knowledge taken away, for that person to be ripped out of that child's life is cruel and wrong, and the law recognizes that. That's where equitable estoppel comes from. So there are no winners when this happens. There are only losers. I have to question the father, the parent, who would just divorce themselves from a child because that child is not biologically his, even if they raise that child for years and years and years. It's a sad state of affairs. The more you know.
You need to stop buying stuff for him.
Why wouldn't I buy stuff for my son?
Because he's not your son. Sad to say, but he's not your son.
Whoa. What the hell you mean he's not my son?
He's not your son. I've been meaning to tell you for the past 7 years. He's not your son.
Well, you've been meaning to tell me for 7 years that the child that I've been raising with you is not mine?
You're not even raising him. The only thing that you do is take him to school. Why you think he don't look like you? Why you think he don't have your personality? Hell, he don't even like you.
Yeah, I tell you another thing, he ain't got. I tell you another thing, he ain't got.